productive. I welcome you to Adult Conversations, where we share real life issues and discuss matters relating to the heart. Here in Adult Conversations, you give all the advice by contributing on this matter without judging. Adult Conversations on Women Radio runs every Monday through Thursday, 6 to 8 p.m. And because we are here to break the culture of silence. So if you have a story that you want us to bring to the family of Adult Conversations, make sure to send in your story with your name and contact telephone number. Send in your story with your name and contact telephone number to 0703 175 6537. Story and contact number to 0703 175 6537. Tonight on Adult Conversations. My name is Lara. I'm 19, almost 20, and currently in 200 level in the university. No thanks to the ASU strike, since I should be in my final year now. About 3 months ago, my roommate attended a party at her family house, then came back to the hostel to pick up some clothes she wanted to take home. So since I was around, I helped her take some down to the car and met her elder brother's friend who drove her to the hostel. We hit it off and exchanged numbers and have been communicating since. He's 25 and asking for a relationship now. And even though I haven't been in a relationship, I want one with him. I casually spoke about him to my sister and my mom and mentioned his age. And they think he's too old, so they warned me against it. I want to go ahead anyway. Is 25 too old for me? And this is a question that Lara is asking tonight. Again, this is a very unique story because Lara's age is pretty small. She's 19, almost 20. She's already an adult, like it or not, because she's more than 18. And in this case, it's a 25-year-old guy who is asking her for a relationship. And according to her, she actually wants to say yes, but she casually mentioned it to her mom and sister, and both of them have warned her against it because they think 25 is too old for her. So Lara is asking, and this is Lara's question tonight: is 25 too old for me? Is 25 too old for me? I'm going to leave the answer of that question to you because you're the one who Lara wants to hear from. You're the one who she wants to listen to. You're the one who she's asking for advice from tonight. Do you think 25 years old is too old for Lara to be in a relationship with? What are your thoughts tonight? Call in to 07000 and also feel free to send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. What are your thoughts on this one this evening? Once again, the number to call is 07000 Send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Now, you can listen live from any part of the world on the website www.wfm917.com. Now, when you call, please turn down the volume of your radio so that we can actually hear you and hear you well. If you want to join the Adult Conversations group chat, send a WhatsApp message. Send a WhatsApp message with your name and WhatsApp number indicating interest in joining the group to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. That's the number to send. That's the number to send your name and contact number to if you want to join the group chat and you'll be added on. So, what are your thoughts to Lara this night? Are you saying go ahead? Are you saying not go ahead? Do you think 25 years old is too old for Lara, who is 19, almost 20? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening. Oluwafemi Emmanuel on the line.
Hello, Oluwafemi. Thank you for calling. How are you today?
Yeah, good. And you?
I'm okay. Thank you so much.
So the person you're talking about, huh?
Yes.
Maybe she's contemplating whether to get married now at 25.
Oh no, not marriage. She's like there's a 25-year-old guy that's liking her right now. She's liking him too. So she's asking the guy is asking her for a relationship, but she said she casually mentioned it to her mom and sister, and they think that 25 is too old for her to date. 25 a 25-year-old guy rather is too old for her to date because she's 19, almost 20. So they think the guy is too old for her. And she's asking, is he too old for me?
She's not too old for her. I was 25 is too old for 21.
She's not 21, she's 19, almost 20.
Yeah, I was 25 is too old for 19. That one is the normal range now. That one is okay now. It's very okay.
Okay. So if you would you advise her to go ahead with the relationship? All right. Well, if you can call back, go ahead and do that. And if not, well, he has said his point, and he has said that 19 to 25, he doesn't think that that is too much of a gap. He thinks that that is actually a good range difference or a good age difference for them to be able to be in a relationship. Now, in case you're wondering, 25 minus 19 is 6 years. So that's a 6 year difference. But I don't even think it's up to 6 years because she said she's almost 20. So I'm guessing that that means that she's closer to 20 than she is past 19 at this point. But I'll just leave it at 19, almost 20, so you can make your decision. What do you think about the story? Do you think Lara should listen to her parents or her mom and her sister? Or do you think she should just go ahead? Because she's saying in the story, I've never been in a relationship. I'm 19, almost 20, never been in a relationship. But I want to start a relationship with this guy. He's asking me out, and I'm interested as well. And I would like to proceed with a relationship with him. He's 25. He's 25. Now, she casually mentioned this to her mom and sister, and according to both of them, the 25-year-old guy is too old for her. Do you agree? And do you think she should proceed into a relationship with him? What do you think? She also said it in the story that um, they think it's too old, so they warned me against it. That's her mom and sister. They think it's too old for me, so they warned me against it. And she said, I want to go ahead anyway. Is 25 too old for me? So that is the tone of Laura's messaging this evening, and I would still like to hear your thoughts. Is 25 too old for Lara? Do you think so? She's 19 going on 20. Do you think that 25 years old, do you think a guy who is 25 years old is too old for her? Hello, good evening.
Hello, can you calling back?
Okay.
25 is not too much for 19 years old girl now. In fact, as a matter of fact, for me, I would even say it's too young. Because if the guy is not mature enough, if she gets pregnant, she will not be responsible. Hello?
I'm with you. I'm listening.
So if a 25-year-old girl, guy, impregnates somebody, he will not be responsible. But a 30-year-old person can still take responsibility. Not to talk of a 21-year-old guy or 20 to 19. That range is not clear. In Nigeria, we don't do that. Because, women get older than women look older. Or when they're growing up, they get older.
So are you saying that a better age range would be from 19 to 30?
You say what?
Are you saying it would be better if she was dating a guy that's 30?
What I'm saying is that it's better if she even gets somebody from 30 upwards that can take responsibility if anything happens. But she go and stay within her range, her age bracket, like 20 to 23. Which 23-year-old guy will take responsibility if anything happens?
All right. Well, it depends on what that 25 is doing and where he is. But we're not even talking about pregnancy now. That's a whole different conversation. Thank you very much, Femi, for calling. All right. So Femi is saying that he doesn't even think that this range is right. Because according to him, if she does get pregnant in the process of their relationship, which technically they shouldn't be having sex, but if they do, and she gets pregnant, that he doesn't think the 25-year-old guy can man up to the situation and take care of her and the baby. So he would even prefer it if she was dating somebody above 30. 19 to 30 is 11 years. I don't know. I don't know about that. I don't know about that. But 19 to 25 is 5 years. I mean, 6 years. That's a 6 year difference technically. And Lara's sister and mom think that that 6 year difference is a lot. So in my opinion, I'm guessing that they probably think she should be dating someone within her age range. Maybe somebody she's in the same class with or the same university with, somebody who, is maybe between 23 and maybe 19 and 23, just like her. That's what they probably think she should be doing. But this guy is 25, so they now think that maybe he's too old for her. Is he too old for her? And should she go ahead, knowing that her parents or knowing that her mom and sister don't think he is good for her or think he's too old for her? Let me put it exactly in the way that it is. Do you think he's too old? And the additional question from me now is, do you think she should go ahead with the relationship, knowing that her sister and her mom think he's too old for her? 07000 is the number to call. Send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. 17 minutes past 6 on Women Radio 91.7. This is Adult Conversations, where we share real life issues and we discuss matters relating to the heart. If you're just tuning in, you're welcome. Tonight's story is that of Lara. And Lara is saying she's 19, going on 20, and currently in 200 level in the university. No thanks to ASU, since she should be in her final year. So she's actually supposed to be in her final year by now, but because of ASU strike, she is in 200 level. So she said about 3 months ago, her roommate attended a party at her family house, then came back to the hostel to pick up some clothes that she wanted to take back home. So since Lara, was around, she helped her roommate take down some clothes to the car and then met her roommate's elder brother's friend who drove her to the hostel, who drove her roommate to the hostel. Now, she said they hit it off and they exchanged numbers and they've been communicating since then. It's been 3 months now, just so you know. So she's saying he's 25 years old and he's asking her for a relationship. And though she has not been in a relationship at all yet, she wants to be in one with him. She likes him enough to want to explore a relationship. But now she says she casually spoke about it to her mom and her sister, and they think he's too old for her. She mentioned his age. They think he's too old, but she says, I want to go ahead anyway. Is 25 too old for me? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Please tell me your name and where you're calling from.
My name is Ashwali Adekole.
Where are you calling from, please?
I'm calling from Magudu.
Okay, thank you for calling. Please go ahead.
Oh yeah, so I think Lara should go ahead with the relationship. I don't think 25 is too old for a 19-year-old.
Okay.
However, I also feel that Lara will go ahead anyways, irrespective of what her parents say or her sister.
Yeah, you might be right about that.
Yeah. So, and again, I think Lara is young enough to try different relationships before ending up with whoever she decides to end up with eventually.
Okay.
So, I think she has a lot of,
learning to do.
I mean, a lot of, she has a lot of time to explore.
All right. Thank you so much, Adekunle. Thank you for calling.
Yeah.
Yes. Okay, so Akinwale Adekunle makes a good point, talking about the fact that he thinks that Lara will go ahead anyway with this relationship with this guy. And he also thinks that it's a good idea. He thinks the age range is just fine. He thinks the age difference is just fine. And he doesn't see any issues whatsoever with it. And he also thinks that she should go ahead, being that she's young. She can explore, she can make her mistakes now. And the fact that she has a lot of learning to do before she decides who it is that she wants to end up with. And by that, I believe he means marriage. So he's saying that she can go ahead with it, and he thinks she should go ahead with it. 07000 is the number to call. What do you think? What do you think? Now, I'm going to throw this out there and just, put it there and hear your thoughts on it. What if Lara's mother and sister are telling her not to date this 25-year-old guy, not because he's old, but because they think he's not good enough for her? Maybe they don't know him, but maybe they just think that he's a bit too mature and he might know too much and he might, influence her in a negative way. So could that be reason enough for them to be telling her that he's too old so that she doesn't get in that relationship that she may now be influenced negatively? Do you think so? Hello, good evening. Hello. Hello, good evening. Are you there? Hello. Yes, call me back if you can. The number is 07000 917 917. 07000 917 917. Send in a text or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Square Cakes and More is saying from, okay, this is it's Square Cakes and More goodies from Matogun Okaro, who's saying, my dear Lara, in my opinion, 25 years is not too old for you. But as much as building a safe relationship is important, you need to make sure you watch out for excess distractions, which a relationship can bring along if not handled properly with maturity. You have to be properly informed and ready for it. So, my advice for you is at the moment, you really need to focus more on many other things like your studies and other self developmental activities, like acquiring a skill if you haven't done that already, and then learn more about relationships that you intend to go into. Hello, good evening. Hello.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for calling. What's your name, please? Where are you calling from?
This is Mommy Rejoice.
Mommy Rejoice, where are you calling from?
I'm calling from Ogun State.
Okay. Do you mind telling me where in Ogun
Yeah.
State?
Oh, my girl.
Okay, wonderful. Thank you, Mommy Rejoice. Thank you for calling. So, what do you think about the story?
To me, a 19 years old girl and a 25 years old guy. I don't think the age bracket is that much. It's not, the guy is not old enough to her age. Because this is the first time she's about to go into a relationship. And as I said, the parents should even welcome the idea, give her the necessary counseling she needs. Tell her the do's, give her the necessary counseling, like the advice she needs. Tell her the do's and the don'ts, in order for her not to make mistakes. Telling her that the guy is too old, she's a student, she's a university, and she'll even ask, like her friends, colleagues, and all that. She'll tell them that this is what I'm into, this is what I'm into. They're supposed to tell her what to do. Telling her that the guy is too old for her, I don't think so. The guy is not too old. They should just accept her, just make her comfortable with them. She should be free to tell them everything that goes on with the relationship. Because they keep telling her that the guy is too old. She's a girl, she's in university. She will start hiding things from the parents, which is not supposed to be.
Thank you so much, Mommy Rejoice. I appreciate that.
Too old and she should just run with it.
Thank you so much, Mommy Rejoice. Thank you for that. And that is yet another very important point. Mommy Rejoice is saying she's not too old. He is not too old. She thinks the age bracket is just fine, and she doesn't see there's any issue here. But she thinks that the parents, the mom and sister, are probably being very protective of her, so they don't want her to go into this relationship, particularly because it's her first relationship. So she's saying rather than tell her that the guy is too old, they should just explain how things work in relationships to her, give her some guidance, give her some advice so that she doesn't make mistakes. Kindly call me back if you can. 07000 917 917 is the number to call. Send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, please? Where are you calling from?
My name is Sunday. I'm calling from Ebute Mesa, Lagos.
All right, thank you, Sunday. Please go ahead.
Yes, in my opinion, I think the age bracket is just perfect. The guy is never too old. He being 25 and the lady in question 19 to 20, I think it's a perfect age bracket. That's
Okay.
my opinion.
Okay. So would you say that she should go ahead with the relationship? Would you advise that?
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. She should go ahead.
Okay. Okay. Thank you so much, Sunday. Thank you for calling.
And to your question, I remember you asking a question that could it be other reasons why the mom and the sister are getting against that
Mm-hmm.
idea? If I heard you right.
Yes, yes, you did.
I don't think there will be other reason because they barely know the guy. The girl only casually mentioned it to the mom.
Hmm.
And the point of discussion at that point was just the age. So I don't think any other reason is behind. So the girl should just follow her answer.
I appreciate the comment. Thank you so much, Sunday. So Sunday in this case is saying he doesn't think again there's anything wrong. He actually appreciates and very much likes the age difference. He says this is like the perfect age difference right now for somebody who is 19 going on 20 to be in a relationship with somebody who is 25. So he's, majorly 5 years older than she is. And this is enough for her to learn from him, for him to learn from her. This is like the perfect age difference, according to Sunday. So he is also saying, with response to my question earlier about whether whether Lara's mother and sister think that he's not good for her, or they think he's mature enough to introduce her to negative activities or negative influence. And maybe that's what they're trying to guard against. But they're saying all of that. They're just hiding all of that under he's too old for you. He says he doesn't think that because all she did was she casually mentioned it. She didn't say anything else about the guy, which she really didn't do. But could that still be a reason? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening.
Simon.
Hello, Simon.
Yeah,
Where are you calling from?
calling from Ikechukwu.
All right, thank you for calling. Please go ahead.
Okay. My own opinion on this matter is that the guy is not good for the lady, for the girl. So
Okay.
I see no reason why our parents should encourage her on going into or starting a relationship with the guy at 25, then she's 19 now. Me, you go to it. So they should
Okay.
not discourage her. They should not discourage her.
Hmm.
To good match. So
All right. Thank you so much, Simon. Simon said they both match. They both match, like, the age and everything, that they're just right. So he's saying that they shouldn't be the ones discouraging her from going into the relationship, which again is a good point. 19 to 25, 6 years technically, but she's saying she's 19, almost 20. So technically, again, that could be 5 years difference. But 5, 6 years, that's the range right now. And Sunday is saying that is like the perfect age difference. He doesn't really understand why her mom and sister are saying this. Do you think there's any other reason? And what are your thoughts? So she's in 200 level. She didn't tell us what the guy does right now as a 25-year-old. She didn't say anything like that, but I believe he must have graduated, probably working or something. I'm going to ask that now. So, Lara, if you're tuned in, just tell us what he does for a living. Is he still in school? Is he serving? Is he working? What is he doing right now? Hello, good evening.
hello, good evening.
Good evening. What's your name, please? Where are you calling from?
My name is David.
Okay. Where are you calling from, David?
I'm calling from Ikorodu.
Okay, thank you. What's your comment? What's your contribution?
My comment for the investment, they are not both the
Hello? Hello? All right, kindly call back if you can. If I caught that correctly, you said they're not both too young, but I still didn't understand that properly. So if you can call back, please do. Do you think 25 is too old, 25 years old is too old for a 19-year-old to be in a relationship with? Do you think so? And if yes, why do you think that? Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Could you turn down the volume of your radio?
Okay, okay.
Thank you. What's your name? Where are you calling from?
Anita from Ikorodu.
Hello, Anita. Thank you for calling.
Mm.
All right, talk to me.
So, hello?
Talk to me. I'm listening.
All right. What are the age distance is not, the girl is not too young. At 19 and the guy is 25, how can they say she's too young?
That's a good
And you
question.
see, that age, for the guy to be 25, she's 19, it's totally okay for them to get married. I tell you there's something else behind it.
They're not even talking marriage. That's the thing. They're not even talking marriage. They're talking about relationship. She has never been in a relationship, and the guy is 25 and is asking her out. So she probably didn't want to tell her parents everything, but she just casually mentioned it to her mom and her sister. Oh, that there's this guy, one thing, he's 25, and automatically they told her, oh, he's too old for you. Don't date him. Don't date him. He's too old for you.
What I do is for them to just educate her, not discourage her.
Okay.
Because like expecting her to go and get someone who's far older than her.
Or maybe younger. Maybe they want her to date younger.
Sorry, someone younger than, which is not this. She even needs someone to learn from, to educate her more. So the parents should be in that position to like, okay, oh, this is not discouraging her or trying to tell her. Or maybe they see that she's too young to go into a relationship, then they should stop her from.
Okay, so you think that might be the issue? Maybe they think she's not mature enough to handle a relationship.
So that, because they can't just tell her the 25 years old guy is too old for her. So instead, it's like they're like trying to stop her from going to the relationship.
You make a good point.
Someone that is maybe 19-year-old or 20.
All right. Thank you so much for bringing up that point. That's a very important one. Thank you very much, Anita. Yes. Anita just brought a whole different context to it now. So maybe they're not directly saying, they're directly saying 25 is too old, but maybe what they really mean is that her age at 19 is too young. And again, maybe they really, really mean, just follow me, go with me. Maybe what they truly mean is that she is not mature enough to handle a relationship and everything that it comes with. Maybe they don't think that she's mature enough to handle a relationship. Sometimes our parents, our elder ones, they don't see younger people or younger siblings as mature enough for anything, literally. And sometimes they recognize it. So maybe they think she's such a baby and she's still so young and all of that. They don't think she can handle man matter. So they're probably thinking, this is the way you want bring man enter your life now. As they handle man for a relationship. It's in the determine man, if man the verse, make it calm down. As they follow man talk for relationship, So maybe then they look the girl say, you auntie, to sabi or you the reason I say sabi, but sabi. And we won't help you so that this 25-year-old no go take advantage of you. Maybe in everything that they reason with that. Anita, a point you make so. But she's also saying they should guide her instead. Instead of, dissuading her from the relationship, they should guide her and, walk her through the process. Well, what are your thoughts? 07000 917 is the number to call. This is Still Adults Conversations on Women Radio 91.7.
The name says it all. Women Radio 91.7.
Have you been a victim of corruption? Do you want to report how corruption affects you and your community? Send an SMS or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537.
Hi sis, hope you didn't forget the 2K you promised me.
I
almost forgot, In fact, if you want it now, join me in unwrapping these Knorr cubes. Knorr is giving out instant 5K. We just have to find the code and send it to 8011.
If I finish unwrapping the Knorr cubes, will you make it 5K?
Just unwrap first and let's see.
Win instant 5K cash in the Knorr Unwrap and Win promo. Buy the Knorr 360 gram or 160 gram promo pack. Look for a cube wrapper within a hidden 6-digit code. Text code to 8011 and follow the prompts to win 5,000 Naira cash or 1,000 Naira airtime instantly. Promo runs from now till November. Terms and conditions apply. Knorr, eat for good.
2023 general election don't come more. Time don't come to move Nigeria forward with our vote. Make we join hands together and vote for better candidates. Candidates wey no dey use women play. Candidates wey carry woman matter for head. Women make una get una permanent voters card, PVC. Make we vote better.
The Voice of Women Empowerment Foundation and Women Radio 91.7 bring una this message.
My children are surprises. Adane buys my favorite 3 Crowns milk regularly. And as for Chinedu, that one makes it rain with monthly upkeep. They even plan to take me to Dubai someday soon, so I can visit Burj Khalifa and other fine places.
Win your mom a trip to Dubai. Buy 3 Crowns milk products worth 2,000 Naira. Write a note to say thank you to your mom. Post it on www.3crowns.com.ng and she could be one of the lucky winners to Dubai. Terms and conditions apply. 3 Crowns milk. Healthy moms, happy families.
My people are hello. Now better levels are carrying London and Nomadic Gosa. Blood Festival of Joy promo.
This one is hello like a law. Protect like soft from blow.
Tell your way break at the price and yet. Then not give back for win.
20 brand new house,
24 total cars,
100 generators,
200 sewing machines, 1,000 rechargeable fans,
and thousand upon thousand other prize and days.
just dial star 611 hash to enter and win inside the Blood Festival of Joy promo. Buy up to 20,000 Naira data. Your lucky shine to win brand new house. If you cost the recharge or loan data when cost from 500 Naira, go reach 10,000 Naira every month, week, or every day. New or Jalaka plus other fantabulous price and feel like your hand here. Make you dial star 611 hash now to enter and win. Terms and conditions there.
Hello, Unlimited.
For Women Radio 91.7, we value una. We dey always find way where we go take near una. Then make we bring Women Radio membership come out. We go connect you with other women within the 36 states for Nigeria. You be market woman, person wey get your own hustle, person wey dey go school, person wey don work retire, person wey dey look pikin dem for house. Abi you be farmer? We no say make you bring money just go register for WFM917.com. You fit still join Women Radio membership group for Facebook. Oya, near me, make I tell you wetin you go like. As person wey follow this group, na im be member, we go help you sell your market for Women Radio, and every month you gotta chop better prices them. Download our mobile app, make you dey hear us anywhere where you dey. Women Radio membership, they connect you and other women them. The big question.
Corruption is, in fact, is increasing more. We never had a snake and whether python and swallow moon.
Why? Everything has increased. Conversational, controversial, and borderline disruptive. The big question.
Mondays to Fridays, 12:05 p.m.
On your Women Radio, WFM 91.7.
I feel that there's some sort of lack of professionalism in this because we're talking about 100 lives.
Government has also put in place a structure to make it look like what they have in mind.
How do we stop crime in the society? Because at the end of the day, if a man cannot provide for his wife anymore, he looks for other means. Because
we should address Nigerian problems. This is Panorama.
Mondays through Fridays from 9 to 5 a.m.
And WFM 91.7 will bring you ladies from across Nigeria's political zones, dissecting, discussing, and disagreeing on topical issues of the day. You too can join the conversation by tweeting us at WFM 917 with the hashtag Panorama. WFM 91.7, the voice of women.
Minutes to 7 on Women Radio on 1.7, Nigeria's only radio station for women and their families. I am Somto Titilayo Achama, and if you're just tuning in, we're profiling the story of Lara this evening. Lara's story is very straight to the point, and there's not too many corner to it. I'll read the story so that we can understand where I'm coming from and then we can give commensurate advice. The story goes thus. My name is Lara. I'm 19, almost 20, and currently in 200 level in the university. No thanks to ASU strike, since I should be in my final year now. About 3 months ago, my roommate attended a party at her family house, then came back to the hostel to pick up some clothes she wanted to take home. So since I was around, I helped her take some down to the car and met her elder brother's friend, who drove her to the hostel. We hit it off and exchanged numbers and have been communicating since. He's 25 and asking for a relationship. And though I haven't been in a relationship before, I want one with him. I casually spoke about him to my sister and mom and mentioned his age, and they think he's too old, so they warned me against it. I want to go ahead anyway. Is 25 too old for? Now, these are the last two lines of this of the story. I didn't come up with this. She said, I want to go ahead anyway. Is 25 too old for me? So this sounds to me like Lara has decided to go into that relationship. She just wants to be sure if true. 25 years old is too old for her to date. So this is another perspective I would like us to explore. So just think about it from this point of view. At 25, most guys already know what they're doing. And by that, I mean, they probably have had sexual relationships with a lot of people. They probably, if they're going to be into alcohol, they're already doing that. If they're going to be into drugs, they're already doing that. If they're going to be into any other unnecessary shenanigans, they are already doing that at 25. And chances are that Lara is a very sheltered person. Chances are that she's a very cool, calm, collected person without any such vices. So maybe, and it's possible that she also hasn't had sex before. So maybe her parents or her mom and sister are probably thinking, this guy is going to introduce you to a whole different world that we don't think that you are ready for. This goes back to what Anita was saying, ready for. This goes back to what Anita was saying. Maybe they don't think he's the guy that's too old. Maybe they think that she is too young. And by young, it might not directly mean the age. Maybe they mean that she's not enough to handle emotional pressure that can come from a relationship, or to handle emotional dynamics that come from a relationship. So having put that out there, I want to ask, do you agree with that point of view? And if you don't, it's okay. Just say you don't and then give your advice to Lara. If you do, say you do and give your advice to Lara as well. Now, another school of thought here is, more often than not, this is the time that people actually start to be in relationships. That if you've not started earlier, most ladies, most young girls, if they haven't started from like 16, when they're just graduating secondary school or about to finish secondary school, if they haven't started dating, I mean, you know what I say for your secondary school that time when you're young, no, say you get some people when you date some people for that class. Then, how old were you then? Probably 16, 17, worst case. Some people are 15, 14, and they get boyfriend for school that year. So that is if they've not started dating earlier. But this is just about the time where most young girls are already in relationships. I mean, if you enter into a class at 200 level, half the girls in that class have boyfriends, and half the guys have girlfriends as well. So now this is not a function of who can give me money and all of this. Is the love/cruise level. So this is, I just want to see what relationship is about, or I like this person, I really like them, and I want to spend time with them, and I love them, And don't forget, 19-year-olds are not children anymore. They're not. If the legal age is 18, they're already above 18, so they're adults, and they can make their own decisions. But you cannot deny that emotional maturity is critical for a relationship. It's critical for a relationship. So chances are that Lara's mother and sister think she's not capable of that level of emotional maturity just yet. But rather than tell her that, they're like, "Oh, this guy is too old for you. Mm-mm, 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 mm-mm. This guy will teach you unnecessary things. This guy will convert you and turn you into what you are not. He's too old for you." Maybe that's what they're now telling her. So, what do you think? She's asking, "I'm going to do it anyway." That's what she says. She says, "I'm going to go ahead anyway. Is 25 too old for me?" And that's her biggest question. Do you think that 25 is too old for Lara? Do you think a 25-year-old guy is too old for her to date at this point? At this point, when she's 20, when she's 19, going to 20, do you think so? I want to hear from you. 07000 917 is the number to call. Send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 637. Do you think he's too old for Lara at this point? Let me know your submission, and of course, I want to know what the why is. One more important than the issue at hand is the why. Why don't they want her to date him? That's the question. So, talk to me. 07000 917 is the number to call. Do you think that she can wade through this? Do you think she's ready for a relationship? Also, remember to send in your information, like how much you spent bringing me here. I think she's talking to a cab person. So the whole story here is, she spends more money, but does that mean that she's spoiled? Does that mean that she doesn't have emotional maturity because she likes good stuff or she likes to spend? I don't necessarily think so, but I'll let you answer that. I'll let you be the judge of that. Do you think 19 to 25 is too old? Do you think that difference is too wide? Do you think that age difference is too wide? Tell me what you've been up to. Tell me. So, because at this point, I'm actually curious. What has age got to do with it in this case? If he was like significantly older than her, and she was significantly younger than him, then we could have this conversation. But at this point, I'm not sure that that's the case here. I'm not sure that that's the case here. Everything is just tricky. And the trickiness of it is what makes it so difficult to even talk about. Why won't they see what she sees? Why wouldn't they see what she sees? She sees a man, somebody who can take care of her, somebody who she can care for, who can care for her as well, somebody who they can rub minds together, they can laugh, catch cruise, but at the same time, they can learn from each other. So why are they being such a situation that is not like, okay, now I'm babbling. What do you think? 07000 917 Okay, now I'm babbling. What do you think? 07000 917 is the number to call. 07000 917 You can also send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. All right. What do you think concerning this one? Do you think she's too young? Do you think he's too old? I want to hear your thoughts. All right, kindly call back 07000 917 Send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. 6537. So. What is the way forward here? She said, "I'm going to do it anyway." I'm going to do it anyway literally means I don't really care whether you agree or disagree. I want to date this guy, so I will date this guy. Do we think that this is fine? Do we think this is okay? Do we think it's proper at this age? Hello, good evening.
Hello?
Good evening. Please turn down the volume of your radio. Please turn it down.
Okay, all right. Good evening.
Good evening. Thank you.
Yeah, this is James on the line calling from Kangisha.
Okay, thank you, James. Please go ahead.
Yeah, all right. I want to ask a question. Is this lady matured enough to this relationship? Because 19 years old and 26, yeah, okay.
25.
So, yeah, and 25.
Mm-hmm.
So, generally, they're okay. So, probably, maybe the lady is not matured enough to handle situations, to handle relationships.
Mm.
So, I think they should find out from her if he's not matured enough to handle emotions. Apart from that, they're okay with that relationship. Probably the boy also, they find out maybe the boy will marry her or not. So apart from that, the relationship is okay. Actually, this man doesn't want to get married to different age. At least you know your woman.
Is it by force though?
Okay.
Is it by force?
Yeah?
Is it by force to senior your woman?
You know, by the time what we are usually look at is by the time the woman starts giving back.
Mm-hmm.
Probably at that time you get older. The physical look at times you look older than the man.
And what is wrong with that? What is wrong with looking older than the man? Is there a crime there? There's no crime there now. Thank you very much, James. There's no crime there. I'm not gonna go sit down. There's no crime there. If she's looking older than him, call but it is what it is. If she's looking older than he is, then it is what it is. And she will drop her heels and wear another one the following day. It's not that big of a deal. It doesn't really have to be. It really doesn't have to be. It can just be, the same situation that feels like nobody really understands how I feel. Maybe that's what she's thinking. I've really vibed with this guy and I really love this guy and I want to spend time with him. But my sister and mother don't think it's a good idea. Do you? Do you think it's a good idea? So she's probably thinking like, oh, please, Momsy and my sister can just go and sit down somewhere while I try to find what I need. I feel like something just fell out. Oh, okay. So going back to the story, it's not that big of a deal. I think a lot of people have concurred with that. But at the same time, it still poses a risk. It still poses a risk, and that is one of that big issue. All right. There's just so much to be said concerning this thing. All right, let me take this call. Hello, good evening.
Hello, good evening.
Good evening. Thank you for calling. What's your name?
Yeah, my name is Akewa. You have called earlier. I just wanted to add.
Okay, what do you want to add?
So, because you got the angle of the mother and the sister thinking that she's too young or immature, to handle the relationship. But I feel like if the sister and the mother cannot be truthful, to her and tell her exactly what they feel or how they think she should handle the relationship or coach her in the way that she's supposed to go. I see a strong problem there, and I also feel that they will eventually lead her astray. They will make her get into like sticky issues, sticky problems, that she did not intend for her to be in. So my advice to the mother and the sister would be to probably, guide her, in the right direction that she should go. And I think 25 and 19 is just fine. She would just be fine. But she needs some guidance on how to go about the relationship.
All right. Thank you so much. So James is saying the age range is just right. It's just right. But she's gonna need a lot of a lot of experience, so to speak. She's going to need a lot of tough skin. That's another thing. Because women, they don't really hold it back when it comes to something like that. They'll just let you know every single thing. Every single thing. So what do you think though? What do you honestly think? Now, this is where I was going earlier before that call came in. This is, to a large extent, the right time to be in a relationship. The reason for this is because some of these relationships take time. 1 year, 2 years, 3 years, and you never know. You just like, oh, it's the new this, it's the new that. So it's actually very tricky to wear this right now. It's extremely tricky. So, what can we do? What can we do? We can find that middle point for Lara that she can follow. So maybe that will help the situation for now. Maybe. I don't know. Now, what are your thoughts? What are your thoughts? Now, one perspective of relationships, of young relationships, let me put it that way, one perspective of young relationships that a lot of other people don't take into consideration is the confidence, self-esteem aspect of things. I'll explain. You meet someone who figures, is she all right? She's just there and all of that. And you're trying to introduce her to someone that is close to you. And your introduction is like, oh, this is my friend and all of that. And I'm going with this because a lot of 19-year-olds at this point, they're already feeling like, okay, they need to have a significant other in their lives. And it will be sad if she doesn't, and she's never really wanted one, and this never really gets there at the end of the day, because it will take a toll on her psyche. It will take a toll on her psyche. But no matter how the relationship ended, it will just feel like, ugh, I wasn't even supposed to be there in the first place. So it's a very tricky one. And the biggest reason why it's tricky is because the older you get, you now realize that, life is different. The older you get, it's different, completely different. The number of people that you meet that you have interest in enough to have interest in you are just not the right people at that point in time. So you never really can tell. The most important thing is the question that she's asking. Is 25 really too old for me? I mean, is 25 really too old? Is it? It's actually not. I believe so. I really think it's not. But whatever the case is, um, whatever the case is, she's asking, is it too old for me? So where I was going with what I was saying earlier is, the older you get and you don't have as many men talking to you and making you, dressing up for someone and going out. When all of that is not happening, sometimes feels like, who is this one safe? Like, what are you even doing? So it can be tricky. But is it that she doesn't have emotional maturity, or is that they don't trust her choice in this guy? That's another thing. Is it that they don't have emotional maturity, or they don't trust in the they don't all right, all right. So what I mean to say is they may not trust the guy not to teach her negative things, or turn her into something else that she's not, and break her confidence and start manipulating her and all of that. That may not be something she knows happens in relationships. So maybe they want her to give it some more time that she can figure on. What are your thoughts on this one tonight? Talk to me. 07000 is the number to call. Send in your text or WhatsApp messages to 07031756537. Now, I'm interested in what you were gonna say. So, what is it? What is it? 07000 Send in a text of just sending a text to somebody close to you, or sending a text concerning your thoughts on this one. You can rub minds with someone close to you and then send a text or a WhatsApp message outlining what you both have decided and what you think is right. So in this case, do you think that her mom and sister make a good point by shielding her from this 75-year-old guy? Do you think so? 07000 is the number to call. You can send in a text or a WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. 0703 175 6537. What do you think? What do you think? I want to know. I'm curious. All right. 07000 is the number to call. Send in a text or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. Hello, good evening.
If that 25-year-old guy was trying to take on, would they have kept that?
Hey, another point to this point where you bring now, a better point to. That's another perspective. So I'm hoping that Lara will be able to comment on what he does right now. I asked that question earlier. You're 19. You said you're in 200 level. That you originally should be in final year, actually, but that you are currently in 200 level because of strike and all of that. But he's 25. What is he doing now? Does he have a job? Does he have a steady stream of income? Is he living in his own place? Is he living with his parents? Like, where is he at this 25-year-old stage in his life? Where is he? And what is he doing? So talk to us a bit about that if you have that information. 07000 is the frequency of the station. 07000 is the number to call. WFM 917 is the handle across all social media platforms. Follow us on all our platforms and you won't regret it, trust me. We're also streaming live on Facebook and on YouTube right now. Since the beginning of the program, actually, Facebook and YouTube, you can go there and watch the program and watch me, of course, with my beautiful face. All right. Let's get to it. So I was talking about low self-esteem earlier, because here's what I've realized. For a lot of people that were not chased or pursued or, just the focal point for men's attention or for a guy's attention. When they get to a certain age, they start to feel like maybe there's something wrong with them. You know, maybe when they get to like 23, 25, they start feeling like, why are men not talking to me? Why are they not coming my way? Is there something wrong with me? So at that point, it becomes a real issue. You know, there's so much that you're trying to guard against from, you know, at this point, you're trying not to do things you're not supposed to do. You're struggling with school and with all of that. There's just so much going on. And, you know, it might just be a situation where this guy likes you, really likes you, but your parents don't want him for you because they think you might be immature. But what are other reasons why they think he's too old? Is it really, I mean, honestly, 25, 19? Hello, good evening. Mr. Darlington, good evening.
How are you doing?
I'm okay. Thank you for calling. How are you doing?
I'm okay. How was the weekend though?
It was all right. It was all right. Thank you so much.
It's all right. At 25, that guy is too young.
The guy, that's what you said, right?
At 25, the guy is too young.
He's too young to date her.
Yes. Because from dating, other things may come up. Oh, so hold on. Hey, are you talking about a relationship or is it husband? Is it married something or
relationship? Dating? Just relationship.
Okay. Yeah, you can go ahead, but what does he do? Why are they stopping the girl from dating him? What's the issue?
The only reason they gave her is that he's too old.
25?
Yes, and she's 19 going to 20.
No. 25 is, are they accepting her age mate to date her?
Maybe they want her to date maybe somebody that's 22 or 23.
Even at 22 will be even far too young to date her. Now, what does a 22-year-old know about relationship? We should things have stages now. 25 years is okay. At least it's a bit matured. You can be able to take care of the antics of young girls. Because every stage in life, you have your dominant character. And if the person you are with does not understand, he'll be asking himself or herself, what is going on here? Because if you're a bit mature like a man, you can be able to handle it. You know, you won't see it as any issue.
Okay.
That's the way it is, though. So I don't think so.
All right.
25 is okay. Yes, for a relationship is okay. I'm sure maybe they can now go with a relationship when they understand themselves better.
All right.
Maybe when she finished school, by that time she will be mature and this guy would have moved up.
Yes, of course.
Maybe to 28 and all that. So I would just look at it though.
Okay. Thank you, Mr. Darlington. Thank you for calling. So the popular opinion, obviously, tonight is that 25 is not too old for her to be in a relationship. I mean, the 25-year-old guy, let me put it this way so it will be so easy to understand. The 25-year-old guy is not too old for her to date. He's not too old. She's 19, almost 20. By popular opinion tonight, this guy is generally not old for her. So, but why are her mom and sister saying that he is? So, Lara, if you have any answers to that, please let us know. If you have any answers to that, please let us. Okay. So Lara is saying that she has not been in a relationship before. This is a message I'm just getting, that has not been in a relationship before, and she thinks that they are referring to the sexual aspect of things. She has not been in a relationship. She has not had sex before. So they think that he might introduce her to sex, and she doesn't think that her mom and sister are okay with the thought of that. So that's what she's saying. And then as regards what he does for a living, she says he works as a business development executive. Okay, that's what she says. So looking at it from that perspective, I mean, I was even talking about vices. Maybe he would introduce her to alcohol or to something, and then she would turn out to be something else. And me, I was even talking about like bad things. But she's saying it might be that they think that she will now become sexually active, and they're not okay with the thought of that. What do you think about that? Do you think that's reason enough for her mom and sister to have said that he's too old? Hello, good evening.
It's better for the lady not to go into that relationship at all if she's not looking out for sex.
Okay, what's your name, please? What's your name? Where you calling from? Let me get your name and where you're calling from.
Don't forget about the name. Don't forget about the name. But it's better for the lady not to go into that relationship at all. If she's not expecting anything to, she's not looking out for sex. Because what is my God is now for Lagos, I've been I didn't born.
Excuse me. Okay, so let me get this straight. You're saying that you don't think that there are people who date without sex? No, that's a yes. It's not. It's a yes or no question. It's a no question.
In Nigeria or where?
In Nigeria.
In Nigeria. There are a lot of people who are not in relationship and they have sex.
No, that's not the question. The question is you.
Listen, if she doesn't want to have sex at all, she wants to keep herself, she better not go into that country. Except the relationship is well defined. Hello?
I'm with you.
Yeah, it's not a defined our relationship, our relationship. Now this is that relationship. Now this is that relationship. They should define it.
What does Momo relationship mean, please? I need to be sure.
I don't have much credit to the training, but I know you will understand.
I actually don't. I don't know what a Momo relationship is. I've never heard that term before, so I don't even know what that means. Okay. Well, if you can load some airtime, maybe you can give us a call back and you can explain better what you're talking about. Now, I have to point this out. For Lara to be interested in dating this guy that's 25, she has to be aware. There's no way she doesn't know that sexual activity will be on the table. And when I say will be on the table, one person will be interested and he most likely will be interested. So she has to decide what she wants to do concerning that before they get to that point. There is no way that it has not even crossed her mind that this guy will be interested in sex. There is literally no way that she would have not thought about this. So if she's saying, I still want to go ahead with this relationship, chances are that maybe they've had the conversation and they've decided to not be sexually active, or they've had the conversation and they are good with being sexually active. I mean, at 19, you should know how to take precautions, you should know what to do. And this is the sort of guidance that technically her parents, maybe not her mom, because sometimes parents don't like to have these conversations. Maybe her sister should be giving her this kind of advice on what to do if she's willing to be sexually active with this guy. This is a judgment-free zone, so we can talk about this. This is adult conversations. We can discuss premarital sex. So maybe that's where her mom and sister are coming from, and they are thinking, Jesus. Oh my, if ever mommy they're thinking about it and they're wondering, this 25-year-old wants to turn the life of my daughter upside down. So they are just basically telling her, oh, he's too old for you. But maybe that's not what they mean. So she said in her message that she thinks that the fact that they might be thinking that, oh, she might be sexually active is the reason they're saying no. That's what she's saying. Hello, good evening.
Hello, I even try to she's my son still again. I even said it, I give her 2 months. It's right now. For this Nigeria, everybody does poison it.
Okay. I need your name and where you're calling from.
Tell me on the line from Jack Sunday. So it is hello.
Yes, go ahead.
Because it's not even because the guy is 25. There are a lot of people who are not 25 and they are so spoiled. They are so spoiled and so poor. You can't imagine. So it is very clear. If she's not interested, if she doesn't want to go into anything called she should not even hear the relationship. She let go here. She just did her name. Yeah, because she was vulnerable. Very, very vulnerable.
Okay. Thank you very much, Femi. No, I can hear you. I heard you.
So that is the except if the relationship has been defined. This relationship go, like God can shop your money and that is all.
Who defines a relationship? Who, Femi, thank you so much for calling. Thank you for calling.
Hello?
Thank you for calling, Femi. Is this what the previous caller meant by a mumu relationship? Because I don't understand. How do you say if the relationship has been defined and then you say maybe I just want to chop your money? Is that, I mean, by definition, I believe that requires the consent and interest of both parties. Who defines a relationship and say, I know you want to chop my money, yeah, let's just date? I mean, and the other girl say, I just want to chop your money, Sha. You agree? I don't think there's anything like that. Hello, good evening. Hello, are you there? Hello? Okay, call me back if you can. All right, 07000 917 is the number to call. It is 16 minutes past 7, and we're still having this conversation today about Lara. Lara has sent additional information in saying that she personally thinks that the reason her mom and sister don't want her dating this guy is because they don't want her having sex with him. That's what she thinks that they are thinking. And that's why they're telling her that he's too old. So that's what she says. As regards what he does for a living at 25, he's a business development executive. So he's done with school, he's working, but I don't know how long he's been working for, what kind of money he's making, all of that. Kindly call back if you can. So do you think that this 25-year-old guy is too old for Lara? And do you think that this is the reason maybe her sister and her mom is saying this? Hello, good evening. Hello? 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 Hello?
Hello.
Okay, I can hear you better now. What's your name? Square cakes and more. You for computer now. Square cakes and more. Thank you for calling. I'm fine. Thank you for calling. How are you?
Fine, thank you. Okay, I sent you a message earlier.
Yes.
In my opinion, that guy is not too old for her. Not too old for her. So I sent my reason for that.
Yes.
But concerning what she said, the other information she gave, I think she feels her parents or her mom and sister instead of
being sexually active. Yes.
I think this is now since she's speaking outside, this is an eye-opener for her. So if she has already given that, this is an eye-opener for her. So if she has already given that deep thought, she has already considered the sexual aspect of the interest and all that. It's now that she has to give it deep thought. So if she's not ready for that, she has to really define the relationship. So if she's already for that, she has to really define the relationship. So if she's already for that, he wants to know what she's going to propose, she's about to get into.
Of course.
Is that clear?
Yes, of course.
If she's really ready for it, it's not too early for her. It's something that is ready, matured enough to get into. If she wants it in a way, each time when she decides that talks with her mom, should be type that is free to discuss with her mom. All I wish they can do is to advise her, let her see the pros and cons of going into sexual relationships. They should know. She should bring the guy. Advise her to bring her. They will know him. So he will put that sense of that she has.
She has people that are watching over her. That she's accountable to.
Exactly. So he will not take advantage of her. So if truly he wants to get a relationship, serious relationship with her, if she brings him home, they know him, then they can go on whatever kind of relationship they are willing to go. It's better than her hiding things from her parents and getting into trouble. Or not even opening up and get. I have a cousin that got into a relationship around at the age of 18. At 19, at 20, they got married and she took a school. Due to this same after strike and all that, they got married when she was in 200 level 2. They even had a child already. So she brought the guy home, she brought him home early enough, and her parents
consented to. Her parents is my aunt. They gave their consent to their marriage and their relationship.
Okay.
They got married and they are fine. They are fine.
Oh, that's a beautiful story.
The guy is already mature enough to tolerate, to understand different attitudes of her that she will. And then she will also be a guy that they will grow together. There's nothing bad in it to me. It's just that they should be open enough
to receive guidance and assistance, right?
Hello?
They should be open enough to receive guidance and to talk to their family about it. All right.
She truly wants to go into this relationship, so she should be open enough.
Okay.
She should be able to define their relationship ahead of going into it.
All right. Thank you, A Square Cakes and More. That's A Square Cakes and More. That's always sending messages on the group. Thank you for calling. I appreciate this. Now, this comment by A Square Cakes and More is basically one comment is basically agreeing with a comment that was said earlier about guidance. You know, this is not just now about he's too old. If Lara is right and her mom and sister are conscious about the fact that if she's dating a 25-year-old, then there are very high chances that she will become sexually active. If that's the reason that they're saying he's too old and they're trying to get her to stop by saying that he's too old, then maybe that one will not work because Lara is already saying, I'm going to go ahead with dating him already. But I just want to know that, do you think that 25 is too old? I mean, hence this entire conversation. But now, A Square Cakes and More is saying they need to guide her. They need to guide her. So if she's, as I said earlier, there's no way that she's 19 and about to be in a relationship with a 25-year-old and is not considering being sexually active. Not in this generation. There is no way that it has not crossed her mind. And if she's willing to enter this relationship, one of two things has happened. They have either had that conversation and decided not to have sex, or they've had the conversation and decided that when the time comes, they will go ahead and do it. The issue with option B is that when the time comes, if she is not guided in the right way, if she doesn't know what to do, if she's not on contraceptives, if she doesn't know how to take care of herself, if she doesn't know how to take care of her body when the time comes, then there's going to be a major challenge and she can get pregnant and it will be a whole big deal. So this is where her mom and sister should come in, according to A Square Cakes and More, to give her the advice that she needs. Now, as I said before, I know sometimes some parents, father and mother included, might not be very comfortable with having conversations about sex. I don't know why, but this is 21st century. I mean, I don't think anybody is shy about talking about sex now. But in this kind of conversation, maybe they are. But even if her mom is, even if she feels like, oh, my mom is too far, she won't understand, she should be able to talk to her elder sister. And her elder sister should be able to put her through on what to do. Because if you start relying on your peers, relying on all the things that they take, on all the things that they do and all, it might ruin her in future. And if they are gunning for a serious relationship where they don't want to have sex, or whether or not they're having sex, if they're serious enough to progress into something real, then before you know it, they could be getting married. And if that's the case, her parents need to know about it. So A Square Cakes and More is saying, let them do the right thing, follow the correct protocols. Let her mom meet the guy and let him know that I know you're dating my daughter. So if you misbehave, I know where to find you. And you need to treat her right. You know, make them know that she has people in her corner rather than sneaking around and everything, because that's what she sounds like she's interested in doing. So what do you think? What do you think? This is a message coming from Ceci Otegbayo from Agor Palace Way, Okota, Lagos. I'm going to read that after this call. Hello, good evening.
Yeah, I think the lady should not go into that relationship, sir. She shouldn't go into that relationship.
Femi.
Yeah.
Okay, why are you saying she shouldn't go into the relationship?
She shouldn't go into the relationship. And if she must go, she should tell the guy, I will not collect one cover from you, and he will not even touch you, not to talk of kissing.
No, hold on.
Yeah.
There's nowhere in this story that she said that she's not interested in having sex. There's nowhere in the story that she said so. She is saying that she thinks that the reason her mom and sister are actually telling her that he's old, she thinks the real reason is that they already know that he's old enough to want to have sex. So because they know that she might be interested as well, they are now trying to tell her that he's too old for you, so don't date him, instead of actually really opening up to her and telling her that this guy may want to have sex with you. Are you okay with that? So she thinks that the real reason they're trying to shut her down from dating the guy is so that she doesn't eventually now have sex with him.
And if that is the case, it should not be the issue of whether older or younger. Because even younger people say they are even more interested in this thing than that thing said, you don't be good now.
Okay.
If should even go for somebody like that by age. Those ones, they are even, if somebody who is even like those teenage, those 17 years and all of that, they are extremely hot. They want to explore and all of that. Those ones are even more dangerous than 25 years old. You can even be playing on that. Those ones are even more dangerous than 25 years old. You can even be playing around with 25 years old and I will still understand. For 17 years old, understand. 19 years old, I will still understand. For 17 years old, understand. 19 years old, understand. You feel me?
No, I don't actually. I'm lost at this point. I'm legitimately lost, and I need you to briefly explain what you mean. Find me if you can. All right. The conversation is getting hotter, and I believe it's because of the new information that she just brought in. If you're just tuned in, this is 26 minutes past 7 on Adult Conversations on Women Radio 91.7, and we're profiling Lara's story. Lara's story generally is about the fact that she wants a relationship with a 25-year-old guy who she met through her roommate. Now, this 25-year-old guy that is striking her or asking her out right now for a relationship is her roommate's elder brother's friend. Somehow they met, exchanged numbers, and 3 months later he's asking her out. And she wants to enter a relationship with him because she has never been in one, but she likes the guy enough to want to go into one with him. But she casually mentioned this to her mom and her sister, and they have advised her not to go into the relationship because he's too old for her. So she's saying, is 25 too old for me? She's 19, by the way, 19 going to 20. So what do you think? Hello, good evening. Could you turn down the volume of your radio? All right. What's your name, please?
My name is Hannah. I'm calling from Atike.
Okay. Hello, Hannah. Thank you for calling.
Yeah. For a mother to advise her, as a mother and at her age, she understands more things about marriage before she advises her on that. At the age, on two of them, the mother know that because of the age of her, she might think of having sex before the marriage. And that marriage might not last. It might not work out. Just because he loves her daughter, he always, he said that the guy is a brother, is a sister, brother, friend. So, because he always comes to their home and for her like her, that life might go in many ways on him. So, mother may think deeper, more than how she thinks. Whether he's going to be married or she just wants to have sex, or using that word marriage on it. So if mother will understand those things more than her before he advised her not to go, or saying that his guy is older than her. So if you come to think of that way, you might know that what is not thinking is not wrong in other ways.
Okay.
It's not wrong. But when I think it's normal life, if the guy truly says I want to go with the lady, he might come up, as this lady was saying before, might come up and open up to them, to the parents. True, I want to go with your daughter. Not on the back. I like her.
All right.
And because of and the lady, as this open up to his mother, he's not doing any wrong. Because he wants to understand more things.
Okay. Thank you so much, Hannah. Thank you for that one. All right. Interesting comments. Definitely interesting comments. I'm going to read this message from Ceci. And Ceci says, at 19, you're just trying out your first relationship and telling your mom and sister. You're so homely. It's your first relationship. and might not lead to marriage. So kindly have your first everything with your full chest and be conscious while at it. Your mom and big sis are just looking out for what you might turn out after your first experience with all the do's. You seem cool and smart. At 19, already in 200 level, you're good to go, girl. That's Ceci Otegbayo from Agol Pathway. Now, I believe in summary, this is what Ceci is saying, that at 19, you already know what it is if you're dating a guy that's 25. Not just dating a guy that's 25, that's your first relationship. So chances are that you already know everything that you're going to be getting into, and you're either okay with it or you're not. And if you're not, you must have spoken about it with the guy, or at least you're intending to. Because if you're going into a relationship with a 25-year-old guy and you don't want to have sex, that is a conversation that needs to be had, because he's going to pressure you into doing it if you don't want to do it, and that could lead to something else. But if you want to, then that means chances are that you have had that conversation already and you're okay with it. Now, this is not to say that that is a right or wrong thing to do. It's just to say that you need to be aware of your choices. So I believe that's what Ceci Otegbayo is saying. All right. Chinwe from Ejigbo is saying he's not too old. He's not even old, not to talk of too old. And that's coming from Chinwe from Ejigbo. That's a previous message. On Facebook, Debo Malthus Sterling Omilani is saying, not at all. What you need is God's guidance. Also, go spiritual to decide if he's the one for you or not, to discover if he's the one for you or not. Even your creator will show you some evidence if he is or not. But just be patient and don't be clouded by material things or handsomeness. Stay blessed. And that's another point of view. This is why I love this program. That's another point of view. You cannot eliminate the place of God in your relationship. Now, I know somebody's tuning in and they're like, so at 19, you're talking God. How? How many 19-year-olds do you know that pray and fast like that and they're all into it? You never know. You never know. Maybe she is, maybe she's not. You don't know. But the point here remains that she is about to make a big choice. She's about to do something she's never done before, and that might lead to other things that she hasn't done before. So it might be important to get that guidance from God as well as her mom and sister. So that's that for that. 07000 917 917 is the number to call. Send in a text or WhatsApp message to 0703 175 6537. This is Adult Conversations on Women Radio 91.7.
Come on, Lagos. We're turning it all the way up.
You know what it is. Ladies and gentlemen.
Women Talk on WFM 91.7.
Mr. Johnson, I'm here for my money.
Baba landlord, I'm very sorry. My wife is very sick and I have spent all the money I have.
I've been telling you to ensure the health of you and your family with a reliable HMO.
Reliable HMO? Which of them can I go for?
Ives Medicare HMO Limited. They are one of the accredited health maintenance organizations with thousands of quality and accredited healthcare providers nationwide on their network. They have corporate plan, retail plan, student plan, and even community-based health plan. More so, their premium is pocket friendly.
Please, where are they located?
Their office is located at number 2 Osho Street, Okwebi Link Bridge, off Okwebi Road, Ikeja, Lagos. Their phone number is 080 93 555 863 or 080 32 63 9058. Their website is www.ivesmedicare.com. Ives Medicare, health protection in your colors.
Hi sis, hope you didn't forget the 2K you promised me.
I haven't forgotten, no. In fact, if you want it now, join me in unwrapping these Knorr cubes. Knorr is giving out instant 5K. We just have to find the code and send it to 8011.
If I finish unwrapping the Knorr cubes, will you make it 5K?
Just unwrap first and let's see.
Win instant 5K cash in the Knorr Unwrap and Win promo. Buy the Knorr 360 gram or 160 gram promo pack. Look for a cube wrapper within a hidden 6-digit code. Text code to 8011 and follow the prompts to win 5,000 Naira cash or 1,000 Naira airtime instantly. Promo runs from now till November. Terms and conditions apply. Knorr, eat for good.
2023 general election don't come more. Time don't come to move Nigeria forward with our votes. Make we join hands together and vote for better candidates. Candidates wey no dey use women play. Candidates wey carry woman matter for head. Women make una get una permanent voters card, PVC. Make we vote better.
The Voice of Women Empowerment Foundation and
from you. They don't let president yet. Then not for win. 20 brand new house, 24 total new cars, 100 generators, 200 sewing machines, 1,000 rechargeable fans, and thousands upon thousands other prize them days. Just dial *611# to enter and win inside the Close Festival of Joy promo. Buy up to 20,000 naira data. Your lucky shine to win brand new house. If you cost to recharge or load data when cost from 500 naira, go reach 10,000 naira every month, week, or every day. New Ojalaka plus other fabulous prices that feel like your hand. You don't bicycle the sleep. Make your dial *611# now to enter and win. Terms and conditions there.
Hello, Unlimited.
Are you searching for durable, guaranteed, elegant, affordable home products? At Eleganza Industrial City Limited, we put you first. From plastic chairs for adults and babies, party tables and school tables, disposable plates and cups, as well as reusable plastics, food warmers and cooling boxes, trash bins of various sizes, baby diapers, lady sanitary care products, luggage of various sizes, hair threads, and lots more. Eleganza Industrial City Limited has got you covered with our elegantly designed products in unique shapes and sizes. Visit us at kilometer 68 Lekki Ekpe Expressway after Eleko Junction, Ibeju Lekki, Lagos. Or you can call 081 801 99999 or 090 914 73665, or you can send us an email at eleganzaindustrialcity@yahoo.com or info@eleganzagroups.com or sales@eleganzagroups.com. You can visit our website www.eleganzagroups.com. Eleganza Industrial City Limited. The name is our guarantee. At Women Radio 91.7, we value you and we're constantly looking for ways to be closer to you. Hence the Women Radio membership to connect you with other women in the 36 states of Nigeria. Are you a trader, business owner, student, pensioner, stay-at-home mom, or farmer? The Women Radio membership is here for you at no cost. Register at WFM917.com. You can also join the Women Radio membership Facebook group. As a member, we promote your business on Women Radio, and you also get to win amazing prizes every month. Download our mobile app and listen to us anywhere you are. The Women Radio membership, connecting you to other women.
Radio Doctor on WFM 91.7 every Tuesday from 10 to 11 a.m. brings you medical experts specialized in women's health.
If you're a 28-day cycle person, just count forward on your day 14, you would ovulate.
Call in to get free consultation on women's health on 07000-917-917 and 090-256-25455. You can send in questions, cases, and related contributions on social media, Facebook, Twitter, and Instagram at WFM917. Text and WhatsApp to 070-317-56537. You can listen live online on www.wfm917.com. Radio Doctor, Nigeria's first free consultation radio health program on WFM 91.7. Oh yeah, give them left and right, that's right.
You think you know Nigeria's biggest tune? To get in the ring on the Big Team Show every weekday from 4 to 5 p.m. on WFM 91.
Minutes to 8 on Women Radio 91.7. This is still Adult Conversations. My name is Somto Titilayo Achama, and we'll be rounding off very soon. But I'll take the story of Lara all over again so that if you're just tuning in, you can get the full story. I'll give you the additional information, and then we move from there. Lara is 19, almost 20, and currently in 200 level in the university. She says no thanks to ASU strike since she should be in her final year now. Now, about 3 months ago, her roommate attended a party at her family house, then came back to the hostel to pick up some clothes that she wanted to take home. So, since Lara was around, Lara helped her roommate take some of the clothes down to the car where she met the guy who gave her roommate a ride to school. Now, this roommate's elder brother's friend is the person who gave her the ride, and she hit it off with this guy. Lara hit it off with this guy. They exchanged numbers and they've been communicating since 3 months ago. So it's been 3 months now, and the guy is asking her for a relationship. He's asking to be in a relationship with her. And she has not said yes, but she said she wants a relationship with him. So she casually mentioned it to her mom and her sister, and she mentioned his age as well, and they said no. They didn't agree with it, and they said he's too old for her, so they warned her against it. Lara says in the story, I want to go ahead anyway, but it's 25 too old for me. That's what she's asking. So she says, I want to go ahead, but it's 25 really too old for me. Also, she added in the story the additional information when I was asking what he does for a living. He's a business development executive at a company. And as regards the real reason. So Lara said she thinks that the real reason her mom and sister don't want her dating the guy is because they know that chances are that she will become sexually active with this guy. So currently, Lara has not been sexually active. She's not participating in any kind of sexual intercourse. And her mom and sister think that once she starts dating this guy that's 25, she will be inclined to want to have sex with the guy or to actually have sex with the guy. So according to her, she thinks that that's the biggest reason, that's the real reason her mom said, or her mom and sister said he's too old. Not really because he's too old. So she's saying, despite this information, is it too old for me? So what do you think? What do you think? A school of thought has said, if Lara has considered the pros and cons, and Lara is aware that the guy might want to have sex, or if they've had the conversation and she's okay with it, it would be wise for her mom and sister to get on board with that and give her good advice on how to be protected sexually and prevent herself from pregnancies. She will need to know what to do, how to do it. She will need to know what precautions to take. She'll need to know how to take care of herself and, prevent any unnecessary, unforeseen circumstances. But if she doesn't have this knowledge and she's going into sexual intercourse or sexual activity with somebody who's 25 and maybe may not care enough to find out that information and help her with it, then that might be a problem. Hello, good evening. Good evening. What's your name, please?
William George from Norway.
Okay, William George, please turn down the volume of your radio. I can hear the feedback and it doesn't sound good.
That year, the year between the boy and the girl is not even good at all.
Mm-hmm.
The normal age.
Okay.
The normal age is 19 and 20. They say only 6 years.
Mm-hmm.
That boy is older than the girl. So the only thing, there's no way. Because even at Muwei, I saw a girl of 13 years carry pregnant. A girl of 14 years carry pregnant. So, if that girl going to a relationship, normally they will have sex.
Okay.
They will not shy away from it.
Okay.
The only thing, if they can take their own family, they know how to play their game as a mature girl at 19.
Mm-hmm.
So if the boys really want to marry her, he can marry her at that age. There's no problem about that. to play game because let us say the truth. All of us, we are in that line before. Before we become Christians, we become born again. Nobody come to this world at that age that they cannot have sexual urge. That is, let the boy know how, let her finish the school before they can go out for marriage.
Okay.
They can guide her. They to say the girl will go into that relationship without having each other. It's a pure lie. So everything there for the guy, how he can manage the affair. That's the only thing. It's not even old. That's normal thing.
All right. Thank you so much. Thank you very much for that. Okay. I see. I understand. So he's saying the age range is correct. The age range is right. And he's saying that they should, be aware of everything they're going to do because he doesn't think that they're not going to have sex. So that's what he's saying. All right, what are your thoughts tonight? 07,000 917 917. Do you think that Lara is right, and this is the reason, the possibility of sexual intercourse is the real reason her mom and sister are saying no? And if that's the reason, do you think they're right? Hello, good evening.
Hello, if that lady should not see herself as too young to get married or to be working towards marriage at this time.
Femi.
If she has found any... Hello?
Okay, go ahead.
If she has found anybody that is serious, I want to marry her, even though she's this, that one will be big deal now. Because this is the right time that she can get any man that will be. In fact, for a lady to get to 25, she don't get extra over time.
She's not 25, or the lady is not 25.
I'm saying that for a lady to even get up to 25 before she was thinking of settling down, she's getting to over time. So this is
that's according to who? That's according to who?
Okay, I hear you. So this is the best time for her, honestly. So the decision should not stop her. And if she should go to any relationship now, she should go to a relationship with the mindset that she needs to marry. She shouldn't just go into a relationship for fun.
No, but I understand your advice, but there's no way to preach that kind of message. And I'll tell you why. She's 19, and she might not be looking for marriage right now. It all depends on, even if you counsel her, it all depends on what she wants. It all depends on what she wants.
She doesn't even know what she wants.
No, you can't. No, you can't say that. No, you can't say that. You can't say she's a girl. She doesn't know what she wants. You can't say that. That's not reason for not knowing.
She wants to get married.
No, I'm saying if she doesn't think that she's too young, then she's not too young. But if she thinks she's too young, then she's too young. It depends on where her head is at.
So I can redirect her head. She's not too young.
I'm not redirecting that. That's not my job. That's not my job to do that. Yes, at 19, she might be too young, honestly speaking. She might be too young to get married at 19, if we're being very honest. She might be too young to get married at 19. But if we're looking at 21, 22, 23, then at that point, at least she's done with school. She can be in a much better position to be much more informed about the next 10, 12 years about her life and plan their future with this guy, with any guy generally. But at 19, she might not be 100% sure about the next trajectory of her life. And if she is not mature enough, some people are more mature than their age. So maybe she's that kind of person. Maybe she's not. If at 19, she's okay with the thought of marriage and where the relationship is going, and they can date for 3 years, 4 years, and then they get married. They can even date for 2 years. When she's 21, they get married, if the guy is okay with it as well. So they have to be on the same page. This is not a subject of one person. They have to be on the same page if they're looking to do that. So she cannot be the only one entering the relationship in the context of marriage. He has to be the same, or that would not work out. Somebody will serve somebody breakfast, and at the end of the day, it's not going to look good. So that's that. Okay, we'll be rounding off in a matter of minutes. I'd like to take maybe one more call before I go. So if that's you and you would like to say one more thing before you go or before I go, then let me know what your thoughts are. What do you think? Do you think this is fine at this point? At 19, trust me, she's actually supposed to be in final year, according to her. It's because of ASU and all of that. And if she's supposed to be in final year, then she's technically old enough to decide what she wants to do. She's technically old enough to decide what she wants to do. And if she thinks that, oh, I'm still young, I still want to just, apart from enjoy life, I want to see what's out there. I can't just look at one man and say, oh, this is the man for me. In another 2 years, that can change. And when that changes, because I might make a mistake and say, I want to marry this person. When that changes, then what happens? She needs to make an informed decision. And if she doesn't feel up to it, that will not be right for her. Hello, good evening.
Hello, in this Nigeria that we have now, it is not advisable to go into a relationship that will need to marry for 2 years, 3 years. No, it's not good.
Okay.
Because anything can happen at any time. In this Nigeria we live now, is she the only woman in Nigeria? Or is she the most beautiful? If she has got opportunity, sharp.
What are you saying? Are you saying 2 years is too long or it's too short?
For relationship, that's why they serious. No, they go 2 years. A serious person will not be going 2 years. If you're going serious person, I'll be saying that, yeah.
So that's why I said if she's ready, if she thinks that she's ready, then she's ready. If she doesn't think she's ready, then she's not ready. It's as simple as that.
So if she's not ready, she shouldn't go into a relationship.
No, she can go into a relationship. If she's not ready for marriage, it doesn't mean that she can't go into a relationship.
If she goes into a relationship, she will be prone to her. She will want to ask sex, and it's not a good thing for a woman to be having sex with someone that will not marry.
Oh, really?
She's breaking herself. It's like she's breaking herself.
So how will she know that the guy wants to marry her? How will she know? How will she know that the guy wants to marry her before she enters the relationship?
She will put it up to the man, say, guy, this relationship is ending up in marriage.
Do you honestly think that? So if the guy says, yes, it will end up in marriage, and it doesn't, what happens?
If you know, I thought she will carry about the giver, and she will not be giving. I think she will be Nigerian. We have to be running.
No, we don't. As a matter of fact, please don't generalize, because you're not a woman to even start with. So you can't say you can't say we no, don't do that. Don't do that. It's not a game, and that's the thing I need people to understand. It's not a game. There's no such thing as a game. It is not a game. It's as simple as that. It's people like you that think that relationships are games, and that's why we end up with the way we are. People are broken-hearted back and forth because you think it's a game, and it's not a game. If you mistreat someone, you leave them with a lot of scars, and they take it into their next relationship. There's nothing. If you're interested, be interested. If you're not interested, don't be interested, and just move on. It's unnecessary for you to break people's hearts and for you to mistreat them and all of that. If she doesn't want to be in a relationship, that's up to her. But if she wants a relationship, but she's not sure if it's going to marriage, then let her do what she wants. She's grown. Okay, I'm going to wrap up. We have another call. All right, very quickly. Hello, good evening. Good evening. What's your name, please?
This is Ebenezer calling from Montgomery.
All right, Ebenezer, we are pressed for time, so I want to take your comment under literally 1 minute.
I was actually listening to your program before I passed my card the other time. I'll just let up this now. I can still on the same program. Please, let that lady take her time. Let you talking abroad. You know, abroad, when you are 18, 19, your parents can tell you, you're old enough to this and do that. It's not in Nigeria nowadays that everybody thinks you want to commit suicide. And that one jump to Lago. If you know that they cannot want to do matters, relationship matters now, that is, then you should be known and take a time. My own relationship was just 8 months and I got married to a girlfriend, 22 years old. And I'm fine.
Okay.
That was in 2018.
All right.
Check a man too to take a possible guy that you want to go out with. I don't want to see with the guy. He's saying the guy who can get a very somebody. Because when single that nowadays, my sister, they're not ready to marry. They are not ready.
All right.
So they can take the time. You don't rush to marry. A broken marriage is better than a broken marriage. That's the truth.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.
All right, thank you. Thank you. Again, I just want to point out there's no talk about marriage here. Nobody's talking about marriage. The guy is asking her for a relationship and she's saying that she wants that relationship. But she thinks that her mom and sister don't want her to date him because they know that she might get into sexual activity with him. So that's why they might be telling her, she thinks that's why they're telling her that he's too old. So that's generally the story. But at this point, we'd like to call it a day on Adult Conversations this evening. This is actually not that trickiest, but there are a lot of layers to it. I will agree with that. She's 19 going on 20. Depending on the kind of maturity that she already has at this age, it will inform a lot of things going forward. And if her mom and sister don't trust her to make the right decisions, then they should be able to guide her to make sure that she doesn't fall into any loopholes. And if they trust her, they should still be able to guide her to ensure that she doesn't fall into any loopholes. So it would be important to guide her to understand what's going on. If she's going into sexual intercourse, she needs to know what she's up against. She needs to know what she's doing. And they need to know the guy as well to make sure that the guy is responsible and will not treat her like trash. So that's the bottom line here. Or at least that's what I think. Too many schools of thought have come and gone tonight, but this story is all boils down to Lara and what Lara decides to do. So hopefully she takes an informed decision from all the advice that you have given tonight. Thank you so much for all your advice. I really appreciate it. And I believe that Lara will be able to take a decision that's good for her. And on behalf of Lara, I say thank you very much this evening. And I hope you join me tomorrow, same time, 6 to 8 p.m., same station, Women Radio 91.7, same program, Adult Conversations. Thank you very much to my engineers on duty. I am Sumta Titilayo Ajama. Good evening.
This feels like love that I don't want, 'cause every time